Hello everybody, welcome back. Happy Thursday. So today, as you guys can see in the title, I am making my dad's birthday cake. So his birthday is May 27th. So we're a little bit late, but he said that's okay. And he requested a lemon raspberry cheesecake. So I just okay, I guess I can add this and this and this. So I kind of developed it in my mind last night. So we're going to do recipe test today with me. And hopefully it'll work out well, but I think it's going to be really, really good. So first things first, we are going to make the base. And so I have some lemon Oreos, and they're like the thin Oreos. So good. They don't give like an Oreo vibe, but they're really, really good. So if you haven't tried them, go. I really recommend trying them. So there's 400 grams of them. And I'm going to have to do this in 2 batches. But we're going to pop them into a food processor and pulse until they resemble a fine crumb. Alright, so that's the first half done. So I'm going to empty that out into a bowl. So second batch is done. And then we're going to add some melted butter. And I can't remember off the top of my head how much this is, but in literally every video I've ever posted, the recipe with all the ingredients and everything is linked in the description box below. So definitely go check it out. Alright, so we're just going to mix it all together. Alright, there we go. So we can see you can see the consistency, how it's like nice and moist and sticky. I never understand when people don't like that word. It doesn't bother me, the word moist. I don't know. Alright, so now I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to take my springform pan, put it together. And so if you guys are unfamiliar with cheesecakes, or you haven't made one before, as I struggle and make it look like I've never made one before either. Oh my god, hold on. There we go. A key element of cheesecakes are springform pans, which are pans that allow you to remove the sides. We're going to pour the base into the pan. And you want to press it in. And what you can do is, if you have a cup or something with a flat base, like a round flat base, you can use that to press it in, and it'll make it nice and smooth and even, and it's a lot easier than using a small little spoon. Sometimes it'll stick to the base of what you're using, so not everything works, but it does make it a lot easier. Alright, so there we go. So you can see this is our beautiful base, and we're going to pop that in the fridge while we make the filling. So super simple. Super, super simple. Okay, so now that the base is in the fridge chilling, we're going to make the filling, that rhyming. So first we're going to get 800 grams of cream cheese, pop it in the bowl. Whoa, that's so much. And beat it until it's light and fluffy with an electric mixer. And now we're going to add some sugar and mix to combine. Okay, and now we're going to add 800 milliliters of whipping cream. I'm just going to slowly pour that in because it's a lot of cream. This is my absolute favorite cheesecake recipe though. Oh my gosh. Obviously it's a no-bake one. And it's so smooth and creamy. Oh my god, I can like eat the whole cake. I haven't yet, but every time I make cheesecake on my channel, I'm like, I eat more than I should because it's so good. Alright, and then after that, we're going to add the lemon juice. So this is half a cup of lemon juice, which is roughly from 2 lemons. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And the zest from those 2 lemons as well. And we're going to mix that together. So now in a separate bowl, we're going to combine 5 tablespoons of cold water and, oh my head, I feel like it's 4 oh my gosh, 5 tablespoons of cold water and 4 teaspoons of gelatin. And if you guys are curious, I use Knox gelatin. That's just the preferred brand that I use. I just get it at the grocery store, so it's pretty easy to pick up. And now we're going to microwave this for about 30 seconds. Do 20 seconds and then see if it's fully melted, and then do another 10 seconds if you need to. And you just want to heat it up until the gelatin has fully melted and it just looks nice and liquidy. Alright, so as you can see, it is now very liquid and it's warm. And we're going to pour that into the filling mixture. And then we're going to whisk until it's well combined. So what this does is melting the gelatin and combining it in the water and then like mixing it very thoroughly in the mixture, and like the filling mixture. It's going to prevent like lumps of gelatin in your cheesecake, because I know sometimes if you're doing no-bake cheesecake and like kind of some people just add the gelatin right in, but the soaking it or developing it in water first prevents it from clumping up, and it prevents you from eating gelatin and being like, what is this weird little, like what are these little bitty things, and then realizing it's the gelatin that hasn't fully dissolved. So this is like a fail-safe way of making sure that your gelatin is completely dissolved and completely incorporated in the mixture. It's wonderful. Alright, there we go. So we have our mix ready to go, and now we're just going to prep the little raspberry swirl that we're going to add. Give me 1 second and I'll be right back. The raspberry jam kind of gives raspberries like a little bit more of like a saucy kind of texture, and that's just gonna make it nice and a little bit smoother when we're adding it to the cheesecake, so that it's not just like fruit stuck in it, but it'll be like a nice little raspberry mixture. So I'm just gonna mix that in. Don't worry if you're crushing the raspberries because it'll still taste lovely. And we're gonna like swirl this and some lemon curd into the batter. The mixture? Can you say batter if it's, I guess so, I don't know. I feel like you're gonna eat it raw. Who knows? But yeah, so we want it to be able to be like swirled or marbled in. So this consistently looks great. Consistency looks great. Oh my god, it smells so good too, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, good. So that's done. And I'm going to go grab lemon curd. And actually, if you would like a good lemon curd recipe, next week I have one. Otherwise, store-bought works just as great. Okay, so I have the cheesecake pan back out here. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour a dollop of cheesecake mixture and spread it along the base. And there's 2 ways you could do this. You could add the lemon curd and the little raspberry mixture right in here and mix it a couple times and have it swirl. But I want this cheesecake to be predominantly white colored with like the little yellow and pink kind of marbled through, but not overly marbly. Does that make any sense at all? I'm not sure. Okay, so I put the first base down, and now we're gonna get some of this lemon curd, and I'm gonna make like a dollop. Whoa. Oh, it tastes good. And I'm just gonna swirl it throughout like this. And I need to wipe this after every use. Okay. And then I'm gonna do the same with the raspberry. Just kind of dollop it throughout. And then give it a bit of a swirl too. That's like the kind of look that I'm going for, but it's totally up to you. And then I'm gonna pour some more cheesecake on top. And I'm not gonna smooth the surface because we don't need to do that yet. But then I'm gonna add some more lemon curd, like basically where I put the raspberry, so that it's kind of like evenly distributed throughout the layers. Oh god, this is the messiest bowl. Okay, and then I'm gonna add more raspberry on top. I'm so excited for this. And I can't slice it for you guys. I'm so upset because I need to give it to my dad. So, unfortunately, you can't see the middle, but I'm going to try to take a photo of it when I give it to him after he slices it so that he, I think I got cheesecake on me here. That's fine, because so that like we can actually see what it looks like. And if you're curious, I actually filmed a video with my dad a while ago for Father's Day. And was it for Father's Day? I think so. And he showed us how to make homemade ribs. They're really good, oh my god. Like, I'm not even a huge meat eater, not for any reason specifically, I just don't love the flavor, so I don't find myself craving meat. But oh god, his ribs are so good. So if you want a really good ribs recipe, I know like this is my channel, not usually one filled with like savory stuff. I'm trying to change that because I know a lot of you guys requested some more savory recipes. But yeah, so if you want to see that kind of savory recipe, I'll have it linked in the cards here so you can go and check it out. And we're also doing another Father's Day video coming up soon. It's like gonna be like a Friday video, so a non-recipe video. And we're doing a Dad Does My ASOS haul challenge. So there's like boyfriend and husband. I'm like, I don't have either of them. So I asked my dad, I'm like, do you want to like buy things like clothing for me from ASOS and see like if you get it right. He's never bought me any kind of clothing. I don't think I don't even know if he knows what my style is. So I'm really curious to see how it's gonna look. So yeah, if you guys want to see that, I'm not sure exactly when it's coming because we haven't filmed it yet, but I'll let you know. Alright, so I'm gonna smooth it out. Actually, I'm gonna pour a little bit more. I think we're good. Okay, so I'm gonna pour the rest and try to cover most of it up. Again, this is just preference. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. Like, you don't have to hide the swirls. There we go. Alright, there's some more left. I'm not leaving out any of this. This cheesecake is glorious and we're getting every last bit of it on the cake. Or in the cheesecake or whatever. I wonder who first invented cheesecake. You're a very smart person. Alright, so there we go. So we are going to chill this in the fridge for about 6 hours or until it's fully set. And I'll see you guys after that. Alright, after all that, I decided it was an injustice to have a plain top of the cake when we have these delicious toppings. So I'm going to make like a little polka dot pattern with the lemon curd. So I am actually okay, so the reason why I'm being finicky about the topping is because I'm actually decorating it with something else after the cheesecake is set. And so if you guys don't know, I think I mentioned it once in passing in a video. My dad has a YouTube channel, and when you see it, you'll be like, okay, this is like where like the weird creativity comes from in my family. So he has this Yeti costume, and so he loves to windsurf and does like kite surfing in the winter and stuff like that. He's very like into sports like that, and he had my mom make a Yeti costume for him, and he has filmed himself dressed as the Yeti doing like sports and stuff like that, or stand-up paddling at our cottage and stuff like that, and he's made them into YouTube videos. So it's like his hobby. He has so much fun with it, so I'm happy that he's happy kind of thing. And so he wanted me to like do like the little Yeti logo because he's on Instagram as well, and that's like his new Instagram logo. I'll have his Instagram handle here if you want to go check it out. But yeah, so he wanted me to put the Yeti on top of the cake, so that's why I'm like, it should be plain. I'm like, no, but if there's like a little bit of coloring, it will show through. the Yeti logo, then I'm going to make the chocolate after this, so. Anyways, okay, so now that it's done, I'm gonna pop it in the fridge and I'll see you guys in 6 hours. Okay, so we are back. It is the next day and I'm sitting here with my coffee in my cow mug. I forget where, I think it was from Cracker Barrel when I was driving to Chicago, I think. If you're curious, I always get comments about where I got this mug. I think it's on Amazon though. If you Google cow mug, I'll have linked in the description box if you're curious. Anyway, okay, so as I mentioned before, my dad requested that I put his Yeti logo on top of the cheesecake. And so there's a bunch of different ways of doing this. I showed this technique in my Mother's Day cake that I made last year. And I'm thinking of doing another specific video just for this technique because I think it's pretty cool. But basically, I am going to be making this. This is his logo, but it's mirrored, so it says the Yeti, but it's backwards. And also I screenshotted it from Facebook, so if you zoom in, that's my Facebook profile picture. Anyways, me and Paddington. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna use this as a template, and we are going to use some icing. I see that sometimes, if you're like, for people who are like using stencils, sometimes they use chocolate, and you do that for like the entire surface of the cake. The thing that I have, not issue with, but the trouble that can, I don't know, cause, is that chocolate sets hard, so when you're cutting into the cake, you're gonna have to break it and it's gonna ruin the photo or the image. And then it's gonna pull into the cake and it's gonna create all this like texture that you didn't want. So that's why I'm using buttercream to create this logo on the cake instead of melted chocolate, if you guys are curious. But basically this technique is super easy. Again, I'm gonna probably do a dedicated video on it. But it's mirrored, which is very important. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna save you all the effort. Now, if you're doing this and you want to do a logo or an image and you want it to be perfect on a cake, print it out in a mirrored format so that it's opposite, because we're going to be flipping it afterwards, and you don't want to flip it and then realize that it's illegible because it's not mirrored when you were decorating. So basically what we're doing is I have a flat surface that's portable, either a baking sheet or a notepad. This, oh my god. Okay, this is an old notepad, and on it has Pankobunny business plan. This was from before I started making videos for Cheesecake Base. I think this was like 2016. Okay, YouTube, Pankobunny main channel, Pankobunny home lifestyle channel, Pankobunny beauty channel. I actually really want to do a beauty channel. Looks are worn on my main channel, advertising tutorials are shown on this channel, beauty channel. I still want to do that. If you guys want that, let me know. It's not like at the time. There's so many things I want to do and I don't have time for. And then TV, have my own show one day. Merchandise, cookbook, done. Left, link is in bio. Product line, cookware, home line, etc. Toys, stuffed Pankobunny, that will happen one day. Nothing has changed. Who do I want to collab with? Sorted Food, My Cupcake Addiction, Kawaii Sweet World, Rachel if you're watching, hello. Everybody, and Rosetta Pensino, of course, because she's like the queen. Money and Pankobunny Empire. Okay, so, anyway, this was from ages ago. Oh my god, nothing has changed. Alright, well, I'm glad that I'm still on the same path. Anyways, and stuff is being checked off. Okay. Whoa, we got off topic. This video is going to be forever long. Okay, so anyways, what you want is a portable hard surface like a book or a baking sheet, whatever will fit in your freezer. That's the most important point. And something that is firm-ish so that it doesn't, your pattern doesn't move when we're decorating on it. So we have that. And then we have the thing that we're copying. This is more complicated than I remember it being, so I'm kind of worried. And then we have a sheet of parchment paper. Wax paper might work as well, but don't quote me on it. But yeah, because we're not going to be piping directly onto the image. And coffee. I'm Paddington, get out of my studio. Like, are you watching me? I need to have a camera that just like shoots like right at my door, which is over there. Because the dogs are always watching me, but they all know not to come in, so I can shoot with the door open. I love it. Alright, so I'm just going to trim. I have some vanilla frosting in this piping bag. You could also use cream cheese frosting, which in hindsight would be better because it's a cheesecake. I did that kind of technique for my cookies and cream cheesecake, which I will have linked in the cards here if you want to check it out. It was really, really good. I like that recipe. I always feel weird when I say like, oh, that recipe was really good. Because I don't want to be like, oh, like, look at me, I'm so amazing. Because I don't think I don't know. My goal is to stay humble anyways. But it tasted good, so I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, So what I'm going to do first is, you want to start with the first color. If you're using multiple colors, start with the color that you're working in layers, right? So if you want to start with the top layer of what will become the top layer when you're looking at the image. So I'm starting with white because it's white detailing, and then the rest is black. So I can just fill that in with like chocolate frosting, and it will be easy. So I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can see my hands, and then I'm going to speed it up because we're going to be here for a while, I think. So I'm going to pop this into the freezer, and you want to freeze it until it is frozen solid. If you think it's done, leave it in for another 5 minutes. That's how firm we want it to be. Oh my god, my dogs. I'll see you in a second. Hey! Okay, so we are back, and this has frozen to the touch. It's still a little tacky, but it's not the end of the world because it's going to be going back in the freezer in a little bit. But can you see? It looks so cool. Okay, so now, for the darker coloring, which is going to be the background of the second layer, whatever you want your second layer to be is what we're doing next. And I am just going to pipe directly on top. I'm not worried about being too clean because like it just needs to be like the background, and because the white layer is frozen, it's not going to really budge when I'm piping on, which is lovely. I'm also going to gently spread, not too much because I don't want to shift any of the hard work underneath. Is it shifting it? I don't think so. Just to get as much out of the chocolate frosting as possible. And if you're looking for a good frosting or buttercream recipe, I check out my chocolate cake recipe and my vanilla cake recipe. Just literally search in my channel for chocolate and vanilla cake. Those recipes are the best, and they freeze really, really well. So they're super reliable for this kind of technique. Also, I'm posting a video about it tomorrow, but while you're watching this, I will actually be in New York City, which is so exciting. I'm going for Next Gen Summit, which is a conference, but honestly, any excuse to be in New York. Okay, so we are back. A lot has happened in that time frame. I took Paddington Treacle out for like an hour-and-a-half long walk with their other Pomeranian friends, Mugs and Skittles. Photo here because they are so cute. Oh my god. Mugs is the white one, Skittles is the other colored one. Anyway, so the frosting logo thing has been setting in the freezer until just now. And okay, so I use store-bought frosting because that's what I had. I like it, it's fine. If you use mine, it will set much firmer, so you're not going to have the terrifying problem that I have where mine is still slightly soft. Learning experience for me, but it's fine. I did test it a little bit and it can be peeled off. But so this is the scary part where we're going to flip it onto the cake. Because we don't want to peel it off and place it because like we don't want to just see this part. We want to see what's underneath, which is this. Is that so it worked? Okay, so bear with me. I guess the fact that this is still sticky works. If yours is frozen solid, you can pick it up and handle it a lot easier, so you can just literally pick it up and flip it over, and then as it comes to room temperature, it will soften and you won't be able to do that anymore. So, alright, 1, 2, 3. There we go. I'm just going to try to center it, and then I'm going to peel it off. Oh. And yeah, so I recommend using my frosting recipe. So again, just search on my channel the best chocolate cake and the best vanilla cake because it will give you an easier time than this is giving me because I'm a little worried about the edges not coming off and you won't have that issue and I don't want to put that issue on you guys. This is my fault for cutting corners. Sorry, Dad. work. It's fine. It's like peeling a label off. But yeah, like this is a good learning moment for you guys, and to know that store-bought frosting, okay, that's fine, is always a little stickier and harder to handle than the homemade buttercream that I make. So yeah, just FYI. Alright, so it's on, it works, it says the Yeti, it's legible, and then I put some more frosting in a piping bag, and I'm just going to pipe around it just to like kind of finish it off and create a little border. So yeah, I'm going to keep these walls on just because the cheesecake can start to somehow like start to slowly kind of like pooch out a little bit on the side when it's in the fridge, and my dad isn't coming over until Tuesday, and it's Sunday evening right now, so I want to keep it looking nice, but I'll see you guys in a little bit because I'll film us serving it so you can see his reaction. Also, you guys, if you want to be very, very flawless in your design, that was Treacle barking, she has the weirdest bark, oh my gosh. What you can do is measure on the sheet that you're like drawing your thing, the actual circumference of the cake pan or the cake, so that your design will reach all like the entire edges of the cake and it will just look clean and flush. I recommend doing that if you want it to look a little cleaner than this. And I think that's a tip that I'm going to include in the video. But yeah, it totally depends on like what your logo is, if there's a background, if there isn't. Okay guys, so my dad is here now, so I'm going to show him the cake. So, happy birthday!
Well, how nice, how nice. You know, there's probably not many Yetis out there that get a chance to celebrate their birthday with a cake that looks just like them. Thank you, Kayla.
You're welcome. Alright, so, are you ready to are you ready to unmold it?
Sure.
Okay, here, so I'll do...
Nice.
Does it look good? Oh my god, it looks so sad.
No, this is
okay. Okay, from that angle, good. We got the good angle.
Yep.
Fixing.
Are we on camera?
Yes.
Nice. Mmm. Smells delicious. And it looks so good. Looks so good.
Good.
Yay!
Yay.
Hey!
Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you like this recipe, and I hope you enjoyed seeing my dad in his Yeti costume. Paddington! If you'd like to see more of my dad's Yeti-ness, his Instagram and YouTube channel will be linked in the description box below, so definitely go check it out and tell him hello from me if you go and subscribe. He would love you guys if you did that. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video. Bye!